Hi everybody, how are we all doing today? I can imagine that I can hear your responses. Okay, so today I want to talk about vulnerability. So this is something that a sort of a topic that I think about quite a lot because I was introduced to it by my mum actually, but by this lovely woman called Brené Brown. So she's a public speaker, a researcher, an author. You can find a lot of her videos on YouTube. She's really really brilliant, and she really for me like really opened up this topic of vulnerability and started this discussion about it and the importance of it, and how it's just really important thing to embrace in your day-to-day life. So it can feel quite scary to be vulnerable. I think often it's viewed as being weak, that to be vulnerable is to be weak. But I actually think being vulnerable and connecting with people is actually a really brave thing to do, and that embracing vulnerability in all the areas of our lives is actually really brave and actually really courageous, because it's much easier to just shut yourself away and protect yourself and never take any chances. That's actually a lot easier than it is to take a chance, be willing to fail, give things a go, in any area of our lives. And that's a lot braver and more courageous than it is to just never try. So, just going to have a little chat about it, just kind of introduction to it, and then I'll probably go into more detail about it later on. So this is kind of inspired by me going to a workshop last week on connection and vulnerability. It was a really, really brilliant workshop. Thank you to everybody who put that workshop on and everybody that came along. I think we all made some really interesting discoveries about ourselves. We had a lot of breakthroughs. And we had a lot of discussions about how we feel about different aspects of our lives. And I would like to say a big thank you to everybody that came and opened up and was brave and honest about how they're feeling about their lives and about themselves. And that's really wonderful. So thank you. So first, if you are struggling, if you are having a bad day, if your things aren't going the way you want them to, who can you go to? Do you have people in your life that you can speak to and say, can you set aside 10 minutes for me because I actually really need somebody? Can you be brave and be vulnerable with someone and say, can you set aside 10 minutes for me because I really need to have a chat and I really need some support? If you can do that and reach out and create that connection, that is really, really important, and that's a really good thing to be. That's really great to be able to do that. There are people that I think we want to confide in, and then I think there's people that we don't want to confide in. If you confide in somebody, are you going to be met with open ears, somebody that can listen to you, somebody that can provide support, or are you going to be met with, I don't want to hear that, what you're saying makes me uncomfortable, I'm not willing to step into that space with you? Think about who you would go to, who would be the first option. Someone that would listen to you, someone that can support you, whatever that might mean, someone that will have that space for you, hold that space for you. So that's my first point. Secondly, Brené Brown talks about stepping into the arena and being seen, which is the idea, I suppose, of stepping into this big Roman, like, amphitheatre, Colosseum style arena, which is the idea of in our career or in our lives, stepping in and going, right, step in, I take the chance, I make a choice to take a chance on my career, take a chance on a relationship, whatever it may be. Show up and be seen, put your work out there, put yourself out there for jobs, whatever it might be. Put yourself out there, be brave, take a chance. That is being vulnerable. And I have so much respect for people that show up and be seen. And you're doing an amazing job just by showing up each day, being seen, being willing to fail. It's important to be able to fail. Like, we don't learn anything without failing, without trying things, without giving things a go. So step into that arena and show up and be seen and be brave. And our third point is the idea of letting go, of being in control, or of letting go of certainty. Now, I find this one quite hard because I like to know how things are going to work out, but you actually have no idea how things are going to work out. You can never know how things will work out. A way to be vulnerable and I think, as Brené Brown would say, wholehearted, is to let go of being in control, to let go of certainty. We don't know how life's going to go. For me, my career has taken a slightly more interesting turn recently, an unexpected turn. That's, that's not how you always think things are going to go. You don't think things are always going to go in that way. But I'm going to take it as an opportunity to take a chance, and I'm going to try my best to let go of being in control and let go of knowing what's next and knowing what's going to happen. Keep going, step into that arena and be brave. I think that's what we have to do. If we try and control things all the time, we're just never going to get anywhere. We're actually stifling our creativity by trying to control every single aspect all the time. We're stifling our lives, we're stifling everything really, because you cannot control every aspect of your life. There's this wonderful story in one of Brené Brown's books. I hope I don't incorrectly misquote this, but it's about a man who says that he spent his entire life never really leaning into joy. And Brené Brown talks about how joy is one of the most vulnerable emotions that we ever feel. It's one of our hardest emotions to feel because we're almost too scared to lean into the joy. And he says that he never really truly leaned into those moments of joy. He always stayed sort of right in the middle. Never get too happy about things. Never get right in the middle, just in case. Oh, I don't want to lean in just in case something happens. And then his wife was in a car accident and she died. And he just said, God, I really wish that I'd leaned into those moments of joy. Because we never know what is going to happen. So for God's sake, we might as well lean in. We might as well take those chances and really feel that joy and feel that fear and do it anyway and give things a really, really good go. We're only here once. Let's give things a really good go. And I want to applaud anybody out there, and I think there's loads of people out there, I think a lot of us are doing this. Anybody out there that's taking a chance in any aspect of their lives, who is being brave, who is being vulnerable, particularly if you're taking on jobs like these freelance jobs and things like that. There's so much uncertainty, but good on you. You're out there doing what you enjoy. Anyone taking a chance doing what they enjoy, what they love, you're being brave, you're being vulnerable, you're out there, you're taking a chance, even though there is no certainty in that career. And there's no certainty in most aspects of our lives, or any aspects of our lives. Good on you for being brave and being vulnerable and giving things a go. And I really applaud you. And applaud yourselves for doing that. Really applaud yourselves. Give yourself a pat on the back, and give yourself a hug and say, bloody well done. You're doing a brilliant job. Keep going. Keep taking chances. Keep failing so you can improve and you can learn, and keep going for it. So that is my little chat about vulnerability, thinking about who you can go to in those moments where you're struggling, who will give you 10 minutes of their time. Can you ask someone for 10 minutes of their time and be brave and ask somebody to keep that space for you, hold that space for you. Step into the arena and be seen. Be brave, take a chance, and let go of being in control and let go of certainty. These are daily things as well, guys. This is not something that's going to happen overnight. These are daily practices and things to think about. But why don't we start taking a step towards being vulnerable and being brave and courageous, and give things a go, because we only get one go at this, so we may as well go all in. So thank you very much, everybody, for watching the video. Would love to hear your thoughts on this. I'm really interested in opening up some discussion about this topic. Do let me know if there's anything you'd like to add. If you'd like to discuss this topic a bit further, that'd be brilliant. Love to hear your thoughts, and have a wonderful week. Bye. Mwah. And well done. Pat yourself on the back.